All right, ladies and gentlemen, very big welcome to week 6 of ICT201, System Development Lifecycle and Project Management. Today I am going to be introducing 2 chapters, and these 2 chapters, are what I'm going to go and exploring obviously further in the webinar on Thursday. But I'm going to start by introducing both of these topics for you guys today. The first important topic we're going to be introducing today is about project quality management. It's very important to ensure whatever we are going to be delivering to the client is going to be meeting the quality expectation, the quality requirements. And the reason is very simple. If something does not meet the quality expectation that is basically required, what's going to go and happen from there is it is going to mean is that people are not going to go and really ensure that they are happy or tell you that they are satisfied with whatever outcome you want delivered for them. So if you're not going to get people who are happy with the outcome we're delivering, that is going to be an issue. We need to try to get the improvements and the happiness and the quality that the client's really expecting us to go and deliver. Now, I want to just remind you that there's both myself and Dr. Ali who are delivering and teaching in this course. I am the subject coordinator. We do have consultation times available. So if you are in my class, your consultation time is between 11 and 11:30 every Thursday. And if you are in Dr. Ali's class, the consultation is on Thursday between 3 and 3:30. So something to go and bear in mind. The emails are available, so please feel free to touch base with us whenever you need any assistance. One thing that is now very important to go and remind you about, especially now before the due date of your first assignment, is the importance to go and ensure you are aligning with the copyright regulations. Do not copy something that is not your work. Make sure the copying, if you go and use anything off the internet, you paraphrase it, you reference it, no copy, no paste anywhere. This is going to go and jeopardize your result, as a group. So please make sure that there's nothing whatsoever not clear about that, no copying at all. That's for everybody in your team. And I also want to tell everybody, if you're not sure who your team members are, if you haven't really started working with your team members, first of all, I'm going to say it's very late because your assignment is due in week 7, very early in week 7. So it's very important that, it would have been really important you would have started your work already. But if you haven't already done so, obviously you still have some time to do, but I very highly encourage you to make sure you start early for the other group assignment, because you really don't want to go and fall behind and fail because you're actually not starting your work pretty early. So please bear that in mind. So what are we going to be covering in your webinar session? Well, in your webinar, we're going to go and define the project quality management and understand how quality really relates to various aspects of IT projects. We can describe quality management planning and how quality and scope management are related. We can discuss the importance of managing quality and quality assurance. We're going to explain the main outputs of the quality control process. We're going to list and describe the tools and techniques for quality control, such as the basic tools of quality, statistical sampling, Six Sigma, testing, and so on. And we're going to discuss the requirements for modern quality management and provide advice relating to that for young professionals. Obviously, we are doing the Lectorial today, so we're not going to be introducing every single topic, but we'll be introducing the majority of that information that is basically, relating to it. We're going to introduce it now as part of the webinar, as part of the Lectorial. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is quality? Well, there's various ways for us to really go and look at quality. First of all is we need to think about how do we deliver quality. And when I say about how do we deliver quality, we need to plan for quality. We're going to plan what do we want to go and deliver in terms of quality. We're going to try to control the plan to try to ensure that the quality is going to be delivered. And at the end, we're going to go and check, has quality actually been achieved? Because you could plan, you could try to control the plan, and sometimes the quality might not be achieved. So you could check it. Have I achieved what I'm supposed to go and achieve, or have I not achieved what I'm supposed to go and achieve? It's something that we need to go and look at and bear in mind. If we go and look at another perspective, we need to go and deliver things within time, within costs, within specifications. Now, all of these are really relating to delivering things within quality. But if I was to go and think about quality, it comes at the center of everything, because I could go and deliver an outcome to the client, and that outcome might not be an outcome that is aligning with the quality that is expected for our project. So if we're not delivering things according to the quality that is needed, that is going to be a problem. So it's about really looking at the quality delivery, quality levels we are actually able to go and achieve to the clients, something that we really need to go and bear in mind. Something will need to meet the quality requirements of the client, because if it doesn't meet the quality requirements, it's going to mean that the client is not going to accept it and be willing to go and really use whatever I'm going to deliver for them. So when I talk about quality management, is about ensuring that the project will satisfy the needs for which it was undertaking. There is a reason why we go and actually undertake the project, and we need to go and actually try to think about about what's happening. So there is a need to go and get the outcomes delivered. So it's about ensuring we're satisfying the need of the client, whoever basically asked me to go and deliver something for them. So when I talk about quality management, we talk about a number of aspects. We talk about planning for quality management, planning what I would like to go and do, managing my quality, and controlling my quality. You're going to go and plan things. You might not be able to go and deliver things at any particular point of time. I'm not going to talk about every one of these aspects today. Planning quality is about, what are we trying to go and deliver? Planning what to deliver, planning how we're going to deliver it, planning how we're going to manage it. It's a plan for everything, planning how we're going to control it. It's really trying to plan how we are going to be working. Managing for quality is when you're going to go and just kind of try to get the job done, and ensuring while you're working, you are going to be delivering the quality that is needed. And controlling the quality is basically comes a bit later. Controlling for quality is things will not go right every time according to my requirement. Things might go wrong. And because things might go wrong, I need to go and try to ensure we are getting the right outcomes to go and be delivered. So if we go here, talk about controlling for quality, for example, what does that mean? Although one of the goals of quality is to improve quality, the main outcomes are the following. Controlling quality means what? Well, I'm either going to go and accept the work that was delivered to me because it meets my needs. I'm happy with it. There's nothing wrong with it. We basically accept it and move on to the next step. Or the next thing that could happen is I come say, yeah, you know what, you gave me this, but I'm not really happy about it. It's really not meeting my requirements. Then if it's not meeting the requirements, I need to go and pick up whatever you gave me or whatever I gave you. And I need to go and actually make sure we're going to go and make the repairs that are going to be needed to be able to ensure that they are going to be meeting your requirements. A third thing that we could go and actually think about is basically, well, more relating to rework. If I'm going to go and think about rework, I need to go and think about the fact that you need to go and bear in mind that it's going to be expensive. It is not going to be cheap for me to be able to go and really deliver that particular quality. So it's not cheap. It is actually expensive. And I need to go and bear in mind when I'm going to go and need to go and do a lot of free work. So it's something to go and really bear in mind. The third thing to bear in mind is if I'm going to go and try to get something done and things are not didn't meet my requirements, now I need to ask myself this question: why didn't things actually meet the requirements? Was there something I've done wrong? Was there something with the process? Was there something that I need to go and change so that I can ensure that the work is going to be delivering within the quality that is needed? And that's really something I need to go and bear in mind. So, it's about correct or prevent further quality problems based on quality control measurements. It's about really thinking about what can I do to be able to go and really answer the question. Process adjustments often result in updates to organizational process assets and the project management plan. In other words, how do we go and do things? What sort of assets I need to help me to go and get the quality that we need to go and deliver within the organization. So a few things to go and bear in mind from that perspective. There are many tools and techniques for quality. We're not going to be discussing every single one of them here in the lectorial, but I will be discussing them further in the webinar. Cause and effect diagram, what is causing something, what's the outcome effect of that cause. Control chart, check sheet, which is for, check sheet is more for measuring the amount of times a particular quality issue occurs. Scatter diagrams is where you put something on a graph and try to see how often various occurrences do happen. Histogram, Pareto chart, flow chart. Again, this is like a kind of graphical way to go and show, the defects that you're having within the organization. Pareto analysis chart is very interesting because it goes and pick up all of these quality issues that we've identified, and it tries to go and analyze them based on what we call the 80-20 rule, which is I need to identify the 20% of the problems that are causing the 80% of the damage within my organization. And I try to manage those issues that are causing the maximum damage first before I do anything else. So this is just something to really go and bear in mind. We talk about Six Sigma. Six Sigma is about really comprehensive and flexible system for achieving, sustaining, and maximizing business success. So, how do we do that? Well, it has its own approach, its own fact-based approach to going and trying to get the right thing. It's about defining the problem. What is the issue? What is the problem with the process? What is the opportunity with the process? What does the customer really ask me to go and do that I need to be able to go and actually work on and try to go and deliver? From there, I'll need to go and actually think about measuring. Define, measure, then collect, compile, and display the data. So I need to go and measure the data, measure to see why do we have a problem, measure information about that particular problem we have. And after I go and do the right measurements, what's going to happen is we're going to go and really analyze that data. So analyze it is more about scrutinizing the process details, finding potential improvement in that process that we basically currently have within the organization. We then have to go and improve. Well, after we analyze, we know what the problem, we'll be able to go and start generating improvement, generate solutions and ideas for improving the problem, to getting things to go and be delivered. And it's about finally controlling, tracking, and verifying the stability of the improvements and the predictability of the solution. We don't simply want to make a solution. We want to make sure that that solution and its ability to go and be applied in the long term is going to really go and be maintained. Ladies and gentlemen, testing, when it comes to delivering quality, nothing is really as important as testing. We need to make sure we're going to go and test things correctly. We need to make sure that before we're going to go and release any outcome, we need to go and make sure that that things are basically being tested in an appropriate manner to be able to go and get the job done. So when I talk about testing, it needs to be done during almost every phase of my system development. We don't simply test at the end. Like at the beginning, we test, are we doing the right thing? Are we following the right process? You then test the code. You can test that you've collected all the requirements. You're always kind of testing and checking that you are actually doing the right thing. When it comes to the code testing, there is more than one type of testing I go and do to be able to ensure that whatever system or whatever software I have went and developed is actually meeting the requirements. So what am I talking about here? Well, I talk about unit testing. I might go and have written one individual component of the project. I go and look at this code, look at this component, check it out, and you can see that particular unit is basically, well done. It's already defect-free. It's good. We're ready to be able to go and use it. Integration testing is where I picked up a unit, but there's more than one unit, integration between the unit and the system testing to test functionality, groups, components. So that one component let me get the other component. Does the second component work with the first component? Do they really come together, work with no issues, or are there any problems I need to go and bear in mind? System testing, it's even further. The entire system, all of these interconnected components that we've basically went down, are they actually working? Is there any problem with them? Is there anything I need to go and bear in mind that is not working as required? And because of that, I need to go and deal with it accordingly. UAT, user acceptance testing, performed by end users prior to accepting the delivered system. So they're going to go and say, all right, that's a system. Users, come and have a look. Come test the system for me. Is it working as required? Is there any problem? Is there any issue? If there's any problem, let me know about it, because we need to make sure you accept it and you're happy with it, because we remember what we said at the beginning of this lecture or lectorial. If they don't actually accept it, that's mean we haven't really managed to deliver the quality that they are actually expecting. So it's one of the main criteria to ensure that the client is going to go and accept what has been delivered, because if the client does not accept it, then that's basically going to be an issue. So that's something to really go and bear in mind. Do you have any questions, guys? Any question? Okay. The second chapter we would like to be talking about today is more about the relation of, project resource management. So you want to be able to get the right quality to be delivered. That's basically something that could be done, could happen, but you need to go and make sure that you have enough resources to be able to deliver the right outcome. So if you want to go and get the right quality, for example, you cannot really reach a right quality unless you go and you basically have the, unless you have the right resources, the resources with the right skills, right knowledge, and so on, to be able to go and ensure we are going to go and implement and deliver the right quality. So in the webinar on Thursday, what are we going to be doing for you? We're going to explain the importance of good resource management on projects, including the current state of the global IT workforce and future implications for IT. We're going to define project resource management, understand its processes. We're going to discuss resource management planning and be able to create a human resource plan, project organizational chart, and RAM, which is responsibility assignment metrics. We're going to describe the process for estimating activity resources. We're going to discuss issues involved in getting resources, particularly as they involve resource assignment, resource loading, and resource leveling. We're going to discuss how team development occurs. We're going to discuss what needs to be done to manage a project team in team. We're going to summarize the process of controlling resources. And we're going to describe how project management software can assist in project resource management. Now, I cannot underemphasize the importance of having the right resources. Resources are very, very important to be able to ensure we are going to be getting the right success within the organization. Most project managers agree that managing human resources well is not an easy challenge. Actually, one of the hardest things to go and do, to go and manage people. Like, remember, you are having people who are different. They come from various areas, various organizations, various skills, various universities, various backgrounds, various cultures. All of this makes managing all of those people not an easy task. Actually makes it very difficult for us to be able to manage them, to be able to really go and reach the right outcome. Nevertheless, it's very important for us to be able to go and make this management. It's very important to ensure people are being very well looked at and managed to be able to go and reach the right goals within the organization. So we need to think about that in a lot of details. You cannot get the quality that is needed without managing people people are one main part of your resources. People are the one who get things done. You don't have the right management of people, equally not going to be achieving the outcomes that needs to be achieved. So what is project resource management? Well, there's a number of things involved in resource management. They include planning for resource management, estimating activity resources, getting the resources, developing the team, managing the team, and controlling the resources. And when I talk about controlling the resources, it includes the physical resources as well as any other non-physical resources that we need to go and really bear in mind. Planning resource management, how are we going to estimate? How are we going to accrue? How are we going to develop the team? How? Estimating the resources, well, what sort of resources I'm going to be needing? Let's estimate it. 1, 2, 5 people, 10 people, 10 machines, 10 computers. What am I going to be needing is basically going to be required. Estimating is about getting what I need. Like, you need this. You need to go and make sure you are going to get the people you are going to be needing. Without getting them, you can't really reach the job done. But I went and I got 10 developers, 5 testers, 2 business analysts, a project manager. I put all of these people together. And I said, look, well, they're going to disagree. They're going to have conflict. They're going to have problems. They're going to say, no, that's not how we do it. They're going to say, no, my way is better than yours. And you're going to have all of these disagreements to go and actually occur, something that I really need to go and bear in mind. So what do is we need to go and develop that project team so that they will actually go and move on from being individuals working on something to be able to go and to be able to go and be in synergy, like to be able to really work well together. I'll give you a very small example. If you go and think about a soccer team, okay? If you go and think about Manchester United, if you go and think about Real Madrid, if you go and think about any team, you might go and put a team of soccer players. You might be putting 12 on the field. You would have one team versus another team. One team will do terrible, one team will do great. The reason why is because this team that you basically have put together and they're doing great, they didn't really develop to be a team very quickly. They took a lot of time to be able to go and create the synergy and create a way for them to go and work together, to be able to go and make it simple for them to go and really reach the outcomes that needs to be reached. The same thing we go and talk about when it comes about developing the project team in an IT environment. You're going to get all of those people. They're all very skilled. They're all very knowledgeable. There's nothing wrong with them. They all know what needs to be done. But what they don't all have is that they haven't been working with each other for a long period of time. And because they have not been working together for a long period of time, they haven't really built the connectivity and approaches that are required to be able to go and ensure they can go and get the job done appropriately. So you need to go and really develop that team to be working in synergy. Once I go and develop the team, I need to go and make sure I manage a team. Like, problems will occur while you're working part of that team. They're going to occur. Like, it's normal. People will fight. People will disagree. People will negotiate. People will be exposed to all of these political problems that occur in a project environment. You cannot control any of this. This will happen. But the bottom line is that you need to go and bear that in mind. Bear in mind that these issues might go and occur, and accordingly go and try to manage all of these issues the way you can. So we need to go and develop, we need to go and manage that project team. Through the management of that team, we'll be able to go and ensure the outcomes are going to be delivered. We need to go and control the resources. What does the controlling of the resources mean? Well, controlling the resources mean when I get all of these, not simply people, not simply the humans, other resources, controlling when people are available, controlling when the machine is available, controlling when anything you need is basically available to be able to go and help you to go and get the job done. If there's something wrong and the resource is not getting the outcomes required, try to control it and see what is the issue and try to go and get the outcomes to be delivered accordingly. So gaining the resources, as I said earlier, it's about getting what we need, team members, facilities, equipment, materials, supplies. Any resources I need is what I'm actually needing to go and deliver within the organization. After I develop my resources, we can work with other people to be able to assign them to their projects, to be able to go and acquire any additional human or physical resources if I need them at any specific point of time. If I am someone who is a good project manager, I can negotiate well. I can influence the stakeholders around me. I can go and ensure that I am having access to the best resources that I need for my project and for my organization. You need to ensure at all times that resources are assigned to the projects that best fits their needs of the organization. Sometimes you might go and pick up the best resource, but you might use them on your project because you have the political influence and political power. But we do know that you are actually not needing that particular power. We do know that the organization needs this resource in a different manner and in a different place to add much more value to the business. But you go and actually try to use your political influence to get that resource. Well, it is not really the best way for us to go and ensure that the projects are going to go and deliver the outcomes that are actually needed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to manage a team. Let's track what the team is doing. Let's get performance. And when I say let's track performance, and a lot of time people think, the manager need to go and evaluate my performance as an individual. But I would say the opposite. The team also need to go and evaluate your performance as a project manager. Because if they're not comfortable to go and work with you, it is going to go and be an issue. They're not going to basically be comfortable to go and really deliver the best outcomes. They're going to have issues. They're not going to come and speak to you because they don't feel comfortable to be able to go and really associate and speak to you. So it's about, ensuring we are taking the right actions to be able to get people who want to go and collaborate and work on my team to develop the comfort that is needed to be able to go and really do so. We need to go and ensure that, motivate the team members. Guys, what motivates you to do a good job? Tell me, like, if you are part of my team, how can I motivate you? If you are working in my team, how can I motivate you?
Possibly appreciation if the work has been done on time.
I'll give you an appreciation. How do you like me to give you the appreciation?
More bonus.
Give you more money? Okay, no worries. Anybody else? How can I motivate you while you're working on my team? Shahriar?
Yeah.
If I have the option between giving you a bonus or a promotion, which one would motivate you more?
No, I was just kidding. Yeah, but obviously promotion,
Okay. So if I could give you money or a holiday, which one you would do?
Then probably money. Really
Money?
depends where the holiday is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but money. Yeah.
Why would you choose money over holiday?
Well, because then I can spend it my own way. Like, let's say probably I want a car, or maybe I want to modify a car, or maybe get a house or something. Then I can just pitch in there.
Okay, but the money, what's going to happen to the money once you spend it?
Or then it's gone.
It's gone. What's going to happen to the memory once you go to what's going to happen to the holiday once you're going to go and finish?
Yeah, make memories and possibly get relaxed as well.
If the business will come and actually tell me tomorrow, I'm going to give you $5,000 or I'm going to give you a holiday.
Yeah.
I would say, give me a holiday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can possibly, maybe you can get an asset as well for $5,000 or something.
Yeah, I know you can. You're right, you can. But in reality, people don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. People don't do that. Once I give you that, I actually really pushed you to go and relax. Once I
Yeah,
push you to
true,
go and
true.
relax, you're coming back and you're much more efficient. You're much more motivated to even work further. But once I give you money, you'll say, oh, 5,000. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll spend it in 3 months. Yeah, maybe I'll go in 2 years. Maybe. Eventually, you don't go for you. You spend the money and the money's gone. And you basically end up in the same place. Money will be easily to be spent. I prefer a holiday any time of the year.
True, true.
Okay? Something to bear in mind. Some people don't want promotion. Do you know why some people don't want promotion?
Extra load of work, probably.
Potentially, but what else? Some people are simply content where they are. All what they want you is be friends with them. That's all what they want. Some people are very, very driven by career, and you want to go and motivate them. You say, I'm going to go and give you another position and improve you. So people are different. And that's really the point that I'm trying to go and make. To be able to go and motivate the team, it's very important you go and understand the person I'm actually going to be motivating. How can I go and actually get that person to go and really be motivated? What should I offer that person? And the answer is that, well, why don't you go and ask that person? Why don't you go and speak to that person? Because by speaking to that person, you'll be able to go and really know that that is basically how we're going to go and get the job done. It's only by thinking about what can we do to be able to go and really get the job done that we're going to go and get the outcomes. Just ask him, what do I want? What do you want? Give them what they want, and then that will drive their motivation. Provide timely feedback. Somebody will go say, oh, you haven't done a great job. Oh, I haven't done a great job? No. But you come and tell them 6 months after the project has finished. Yeah, but now I can't change anything. Why are you even telling me? Are you here to really just piss me off? Like, why are you even saying that? It makes no sense to me to come and tell me 6 months later.